a blessed day, learners. Get ready and prepare yourselves as we embark on a journey of learning and enjoyment in this video. Today, we will be studying professional education using the LET Reviewer, focusing on 10 questions from Set 8E. Stay safe, and may God bless you always. Welcome to the Teacher Lumaban YouTube channel.
Commit your way to the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Psalm 37 verse 5. In writing performance objective, which word is not acceptable? A. Manipulate. B. Integrate. C. Delineate. D. Comprehend. In the next 5 seconds, select the best response from the available options. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct answer, D. Comprehend. Best answer and justification. D. Comprehend is not acceptable in writing a performance objective because it is not directly observable or measurable. In education, especially when writing performance objectives, example using the SMART criteria or Bloom's taxonomy, the action verb must indicate a behavior that can be seen or assessed. The term comprehend is too vague and abstract. We cannot see or measure someone comprehending something unless it is demonstrated through some other, more specific action. Explanation of each choice. A. Manipulate. Acceptable. This verb implies a physical or observable action. For example, the student will manipulate laboratory tools to conduct an experiment. It is clear, specific, and measurable. B. Integrate. Acceptable. Integrate means to combine ideas or concepts and apply them. For example, the student will integrate theories learned to solve a case study. While slightly more abstract than manipulate, it still results in a demonstrable output, such as a written or oral explanation, making it acceptable. C. Delineate. Acceptable. Delineate means to describe or explain in detail. For example, the student will delineate the steps in the scientific method. It is verbal or written, hence observable and measurable. D. Comprehend. Not acceptable. As mentioned, comprehend refers to an internal cognitive process that cannot be observed directly. Instead of using comprehend, better alternatives might be describe, explain, summarize, or identify, all of which show that comprehension has occurred. Summary. When writing performance objectives, verbs must indicate observable and measurable outcomes. While manipulate, integrate, and delineate meet these criteria, comprehend does not, making D the correct and best answer. When is giving praise ineffective? When it A. uses the accomplishment of peers as the context for describing a student's present accomplishments. B. provides information to students about their competence and the value of their accomplishment. C. focuses students' attention on her own task-relevant behavior. D. shows spontaneity, variety, and other signs of credibility. In the next 5 seconds, select the best response from the available options. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct answer, A. uses the accomplishment of peers as the context for describing a student's present accomplishments. Best answer and justification. A. Giving praise becomes ineffective when it compares a student to peers rather than focusing on the student's individual effort or improvement. Using others' accomplishments as the context can lead to competition, jealousy, or a fixed mindset. It shifts the student's focus away from personal growth and toward outperforming others, which is not a sustainable or healthy form of motivation. Instead, effective praise should be individualized, specific, and focused on effort, strategies, or progress, not on comparison. Explanation of each choice. A. Uses the accomplishment of peers as the context for describing a student's present accomplishments. Ineffective. This type of praise can feel like a comparison or backhanded compliment. It may foster extrinsic motivation and discourage collaboration among students. It undermines intrinsic motivation and can negatively affect self-esteem if students are constantly evaluated against others. B. Provides information to students about their competence and the value of their accomplishment. Effective. This is constructive praise. It affirms students' abilities and gives meaningful feedback about what they did well. This supports intrinsic motivation and self-efficacy. C. Focuses students' attention on her own task-relevant behavior. Effective. Praise that highlights what a student did correctly or effectively encourages self-monitoring and helps reinforce positive learning behaviors. It fosters goal setting and task orientation. D. Shows spontaneity, variety, and other signs of credibility. Effective. Praise that is genuine, varied, and sincere feels authentic to students and enhances its motivational value. Overused or generic praise, good job, loses effectiveness, but credible praise strengthens teacher-student rapport. Conclusion. The only ineffective form of praise listed is A, because it bases a student's worth or achievement on comparison with peers, which can hinder intrinsic motivation and learning. All other options represent effective praise practices that support motivation, confidence, and learning. Which statement applies when scores distribution is negatively skewed? A. The mode corresponds to a lower value. B. The median is higher than the mode. C. The mode and median are equal. D. The mean corresponds to a high value. In the next 5 seconds, select the best response from the available options. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct answer, B. The median is higher than the mode. Best answer and justification. B. The median is higher than the mode is the correct statement when a distribution is negatively skewed, or left skewed. In a negatively skewed distribution, the tail of the distribution is stretched toward the lower end, left, of the number line, meaning there are a few extremely low scores pulling the mean downward. The typical order of the measures of central tendency in a negatively skewed distribution is mean mode. This means the mean is affected most by the low extreme values. The median stays more stable because it's the middle score. The mode remains at the peak, most frequent score, which is highest in value. So, the median is higher than the mode, making B the correct answer. Explanation of each choice. A. The mode corresponds to a lower value. Incorrect. In a negatively skewed distribution, the mode is the highest value among the three, mode, median, mean. So this choice is false. B. The median is higher than the mode. Correct. As explained above, in negative skew. Mean mode. So, median mode is true. C. The mode and median are equal. Incorrect. This occurs in a perfectly symmetrical, normal, distribution, not in a skewed one. D. The mean corresponds to a high value. Incorrect. In a negatively skewed distribution, the mean is pulled downward, so it reflects a lower value, not a high one. Summary. In a negatively skewed distribution, the mean is the lowest. The mode is the highest. The median is in between, so it's higher than the mode. Thus, the correct answer is B. The median is higher than the mode. The use of the process approach gives the student the opportunity to A. Learn to their own. B. Apply the scientific method. C. Make use of laboratory apparatuses. D. Learn how to learn. In the next 5 seconds, select the best response from the available options. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct answer, D. Learn how to learn. Best answer and justification. D. Learn how to learn is the correct answer because the process approach emphasizes the development of students' thinking, problem solving, and inquiry skills. It moves beyond rote memorization and focuses on how knowledge is constructed, helping students become independent and reflective learners. Through the process approach, students plan, explore, and investigate. Develop strategies for tackling new problems. Reflect on what and how they learn. This fosters metacognition, awareness and control over one's learning, which is the essence of learning how to learn. Explanation of each choice. A. Learn to their own. Grammatically incorrect and vague. Presumably meant to be learn on their own, which could partially be true, but the phrase lacks clarity and precision. It also misses the deeper point of developing lifelong learning strategies. B. Apply the scientific method. This is too narrow. The scientific method can be part of the process approach, especially in science education, but the process approach applies broadly across disciplines, not just in scientific inquiry. C. Make use of laboratory apparatuses. Again, too limited. This choice applies primarily to science subjects and emphasizes tools rather than the cognitive and reflective processes of learning. D. Learn how to learn. Correct and comprehensive. The process approach aims to equip students with strategies to become independent learners, helping them understand and control their own learning processes, the very definition of learning how to learn. Conclusion. The process approach is designed to help students become active, self-directed, and lifelong learners by guiding them to understand their own learning processes. So the best answer is D. Learn how to learn. A comprehension skill of higher level which may be inferred or implied from reading is A. Picking out the main idea. B. Drawing conclusion. C. Nothing specific details. D. Following direction. In the next 5 seconds, select the best response from the available options. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct answer, B. Drawing conclusion. Best answer and justification. B. Drawing conclusion is the correct answer because it represents a higher order comprehension skill that involves inferring meaning beyond what is explicitly stated in the text. When students draw conclusions, they use clues from the text combined with their prior knowledge and reasoning to arrive at a deeper understanding. This goes beyond surface level reading. This type of thinking is aligned with higher levels of Bloom's taxonomy, example analyzing, evaluating, making it a more advanced cognitive skill in reading comprehension. Explanation of each choice. A. Picking out the main idea. Lower level skill. This is a basic reading comprehension skill where the reader identifies the central point of a paragraph or passage. It is explicitly stated or easily found, so it is not inferred. B. Drawing conclusion. Correct and higher order. This requires inference, critical thinking, and going beyond the text. It involves evaluating evidence and reasoning, which are higher level comprehension skills. C. Noting specific details. Lower level skill. This involves recalling or identifying facts and information explicitly stated in the text. It does not require inference. D. Following direction. Procedural skill. This typically involves understanding and executing explicit instructions. It relies on literal comprehension, not inferential thinking. Conclusion. Among the choices, only B. Drawing conclusion involves a higher level comprehension skill that is inferred or implied rather than directly stated. Correct answer, B. Drawing conclusion. In the preamble of the Code of Ethics of Professional Teachers, which is not mention about teachers. A. Duly licensed professionals. B. Posse's dignity and reputation. C. Let passers. D. With high moral values. In the next 5 seconds, select the best response from the available options. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct answer, C. Let passers. Best answer and justification. C. Let passers is the correct answer because this phrase is not explicitly mentioned in the preamble of the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers in the Philippines. While passing the licensure examination for teachers, LET, is indeed a requirement to become a licensed teacher, the preamble focuses more on the professional and moral ideals of teachers such as being duly licensed, possessing dignity, having a good reputation, and being committed to high moral and ethical standards. The phrase "let passers" is a technical term and is not part of the aspirational and value-laden language used in the preamble. Explanation of each choice. A. Duly licensed professionals. Mentioned. The preamble refers to teachers as duly licensed professionals committed to the nation, making this part of the text. B. Possess dignity and reputation. Mentioned. The code emphasizes that teachers must possess dignity and reputation with high moral values to function effectively and earn public trust. See let passers. Not mentioned. While it's a requirement under law, this specific phrase is not used in the preamble of the Code of Ethics. D. With high moral values. Mentioned. The preamble clearly highlights that teachers are expected to uphold high moral, ethical, and spiritual values. Conclusion. The preamble of the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers uses value-based and professional language, not exam-specific terms. Therefore, the best answer is C. Let passers because it is not explicitly stated in the preamble. What does a skewed score distribution mean? A. The scores are concentrated more at one end or the other end. B. The mode, the mean, and the median are equal. C. The mean and median are equal. D. The scores are normally distributed. In the next 5 seconds, select the best response from the available options. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct answer, A. The scores are concentrated more at one end or the other end. Best answer and justification. A. The scores are concentrated more at one end or the other end is the correct answer because this describes what a skewed distribution actually means. A skewed distribution is asymmetrical, where the bulk of the scores, data points, gather either on the lower end, left/negative skew, or the higher end, right/positive skew, and the tail stretches toward the opposite side. Negative skew, more high scores, tail on the left. Positive skew, more low scores, tail on the right. This is the defining characteristic of skewness. Explanation of each choice. A. The scores are concentrated more at one end or the other end. Correct. This is the definition of a skewed distribution. It reflects asymmetry in how the scores are spread out. B. The mode, the mean, and the median are equal. Incorrect. This describes a perfectly normal distribution, not a skewed one. In a skewed distribution, the mean, median, and mode are not equal. See, the mean and median are equal. Incorrect. Again, equality of the mean and median happens in a symmetrical, normal, distribution. In a skewed distribution, they differ. D. The scores are normally distributed. Incorrect. A normal distribution is the opposite of a skewed distribution. Normal means a bell-shaped curve with symmetrical scores around the mean. Conclusion. A skewed score distribution means the scores are not evenly spread, and most are clustered at one end, causing a long tail at the other. Thus, the correct answer is A. The scores are concentrated more at one end or the other end. What is implied by a negatively skewed score distribution? A. The scores are evenly distributed from the left to the right. B. Most pupils are underachieves. C. Most of the scores are high. D. Most of the scores are low. In the next 5 seconds, select the best response from the available options. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct answer, C. Most of the scores are high. Best answer and justification. C. Most of the scores are high is the correct answer because a negatively skewed distribution means that the tail of the distribution is on the left, the lower scores, and the bulk of the scores are clustered on the higher end of the scale. In other words, the majority of students performed well. Only a few students scored low, pulling the mean slightly to the left. This is a common result in an easy test where most students achieve high scores. Explanation of each choice. A. The scores are evenly distributed from the left to the right. Incorrect. This describes a normal distribution, not a negatively skewed one. B. Most pupils are underachievers. Incorrect. This would imply low scores by most students, which corresponds more with a positively skewed distribution, tail to the right. C. Most of the scores are high. Correct. In a negatively skewed distribution, the tail is on the left, and most scores are on the higher side. D. Most of the scores are low. Incorrect. This describes a positively skewed distribution, not a negatively skewed one. Conclusion. A negatively skewed distribution indicates that the majority of students scored high, and only a few scored low. Therefore, the correct answer is C. Most of the scores are high. A teacher discovers that a product of a certain bottling company brings about damage to teeth. Much as he wants to share the products of his research, he could not because of harassment from all sides. Which teacher's right is violated? A. Right to property. B. Academic freedom. C. Right to one's honor. D. Right to make a livelihood. In the next 5 seconds, select the best response from the available options. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct answer, B. Academic freedom. Best answer and justification. B. Academic freedom is the correct answer because it refers to a teacher's right to conduct research, publish findings, and share knowledge without fear of censorship, retaliation, or harassment. In this scenario, the teacher conducted a study that revealed a harmful truth about a product, but is being prevented from sharing it due to external pressure and harassment. This situation directly violates the principle of academic freedom, which ensures that educators can pursue and disseminate truth even if it is controversial or unpopular as part of their role in advancing knowledge and protecting public interest. Explanation of each choice. A. Right to property. Incorrect. This right involves ownership and use of possessions or material goods. The situation described does not involve the loss or misuse of property. B. Academic freedom. Correct. This is the freedom to research, publish, and share knowledge without interference or suppression. The teacher is being harassed for trying to publish the truth, violating this right. C. Right to one's honor. Incorrect. This refers to protecting one's reputation or dignity. While harassment might affect dignity, the central issue here is the suppression of research-based truth, not defamation. D. Right to make a livelihood. Incorrect. This involves the freedom to earn a living. While the harassment may cause distress, it does not indicate a direct loss of employment or income in this scenario. Conclusion. The teacher's inability to share valid research findings due to harassment is a clear violation of B. Academic freedom, the right to seek, discover, and share the truth in the field of education. Why can the calculator do arithmetic? Because A. A computer inside the calculator tells it how. B. A watch inside directs it. C. A typewriter inside does it. D. A TV inside shows it. In the next 5 seconds, select the best response from the available options. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct answer, A. A computer inside the calculator tells it how. Best answer and justification. A. A computer inside the calculator tells it how is the correct answer because modern calculators contain microprocessors, a basic form of a computer chip, that perform arithmetic operations based on pre-programmed instructions. This internal computer chip allows the calculator to process user input, example numbers, and operations. Perform calculations using binary logic and algorithms. Display results instantly on the screen. The chip functions like a tiny computer, making it capable of doing arithmetic accurately and quickly. Explanation of each choice. A. A computer inside the calculator tells it how. Correct. Calculators contain a microprocessor, which is a mini-computer chip that processes operations based on programmed logic. This is the actual reason calculators work. B. A watch inside directs it. Incorrect. A watch measures time. It has nothing to do with calculating or performing arithmetic functions. C. A typewriter inside does it. Incorrect. A typewriter is a mechanical device used for writing, not computing. It has no role in arithmetic. D. A TV inside shows it. Incorrect. A TV is a display device, not a computing device. While calculators have displays, the TV analogy is misleading and incorrect. Conclusion. The calculating power of a calculator comes from its internal computing chip, which performs arithmetic functions. Therefore, the correct answer is A. A computer inside the calculator tells it how. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4 verse 13.
I hope you enjoyed and learned something new from our topic on professional education. Let reviewer. If you learned something from this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. If you have comments, questions, or suggestions, you can leave a message in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Hoping that we meet again in my next video, and God bless you always. It is the Teacher Lumabon YouTube channel.